Hello, everybody. Welcome to Barbie Dolls of the Week. So, this week I've got an interesting set of things to show you, some dolls, some figures, and also I want to answer a question that another doll collector asked on a Facebook group recently, which is why do we collect as, doll collectors? So, what I would ask everyone to do who sees this is would you please comment down below why you collect Barbie or other fashion dolls or figures, if it's figures. Just why do you collect? I did a recent, or sorry, not a recent, but a similar video to this some few years ago. But that was based on more specifically male doll collectors. Why do you collect as a male doll collector? At this point, I'm asking just anybody and everybody, why do you collect? Just to see, it's just for curious reasons. I know why I collect, and so I'm going to be telling you that as I show you some of my new collectibles that I got. I went to two stores yesterday in Kokomo, Indiana, which is about 50 to 60 minutes from here from me, and one of them is this one, Kokomo Toys and Collectibles. And let me tell you, if you ever get to Kokomo, Indiana, which is, there's not a whole lot to love about Kokomo, although it's a nice pass-through town or a town to spend, a day or so there. No, I wouldn't stay overnight necessarily. And excuse the geese flying by because their daily flight is right now. So, but anyway, Kokomo Toys and Collectibles is a great toy store. If you're like me and you love vintage toys, and yes, you guys mostly see Barbie, and that's what I mostly talk about on this channel, but there's a lot more that I like than Barbie. And so I'm going to show you some of that today. And like I said, answer the question myself about why I collect really all of these, but specifically fashion dolls is what I'm asking about today. So let's get started. So first of all, the other store I went to is also in Kokomo called Vendor City. And I think it's an old Kroger or some grocery store like that that closed down, and it's like a flea market, antique kind of place. I'd say more on the flea market end. So I got a few things there I want to show you, starting with this guy. So the reason I got this is honestly not for the doll. The doll is okay, but I have enough Ken dolls that look like this too. So that wasn't the reason. It was the outfit. I just really liked this outfit, and the whole doll was $4, obviously with the outfit. And it's in such good condition. The outfit and the doll got a little fuzz on it that I'm picking off, but I love the pinstripe looking pants. He's got some shoes. I don't know if brown is the best color for this. Probably black would be better. But it just really liked it, and I thought it was in good shape, or it is in good shape. For $4, I thought this was worth it, so I got him. And his hair is in, you know, doesn't have any marks that I see or missing paint or anything like that. So this is Superstar Eric Can, I assume. I'm not 100% sure like which one, but I like him. Okay, so there he is. Also there in a different booth, these are all, I think, from different booths except maybe two. I got this little cute outfit, and as you see, it was $1.50. Now, I'm pretty sure this is Barbie. I don't know positively. And does anyone recognize this? I was kind of thinking this could be a Hollywood hair outfit. I've got one up there, but I didn't uh, check it yet. But that's what it reminds me of, like Hollywood hair Barbie, like the outfit she's got on. So I'll check it against mine. But yeah, even if I've got it already, I really like this. So to have another one, I don't mind. Okay, and then this one I definitely recognize, and it's definitely Barbie. This was $1, and look at what it is. Roller skating, and I think it's Barbie, not Ken's outfit. I'll double check when I take it out, which as you see I haven't done yet. But look at that. It's in, looks like pretty good shape. In fact, let's just take it out. I can take it right out of this plastic, and it just popped out. Now, of course, the skates aren't in here, but you know what? There's two pairs of shorts. So maybe these are Ken's. This is Barbie's. And then somebody's jacket, which I'm going to assume for a minute is Barbie. But anyway, all this for $1. These are from 81, I believe. So that's a really, you know, good deal on vintage clothing. And then there was this bag, which was $2, and it has some I'm going to show you because I want some folks to let me know if you recognize any of this stuff, and if it is Barbie, truly from Barbie or Mattel. So there are 3 pets in here, or 4. Here's one, this dog. I think I've seen this before. So a little Dalmatian puppy or something. Is that Barbie's? And if so, do you know his name or her name? And there's a cat, Fluffy. I don't know, Tiger, somebody. Here's a better picture. So maybe those were together. I don't know. They don't look. The cat looks more realistic. The 2 dogs look more kind of cartoony or something, like this one especially, with the little collar. And he's got something on his head here. I don't know what the heck that is. Little curls or something. So let me know if you recognize any of these. And then there's actually one other little animal in here, and then some other little odds and ends. This is, I believe, yeah, a little bunny. It almost looks like a chocolate bunny. I have no idea where that came from. And then there's a little, looks like it's supposed to be a radio, an old-fashioned radio. But unfortunately, it's only one-sided, so it's not very realistic, that one. Set that down. Just a couple more. Oh, this is odd. Look at this. Big, giant ear of corn. Man, that... I don't know where that came from or what set, but that's a little big for Barbie's mouth. Maybe not Ken, though. Ken can surprise us. A little orange soda. I love this little bottle of orange soda. If it has a name, I can't see it. Well, it does say orange, but I mean other than that. And then a couple more things. I think this is supposed to be a tissue box. Let me set these. Not sure, but that's what it looks like. If so, the tissues are the same exact color as the box. And then I think this is supposed to be a canister of something. Can't tell what that is on the front. I think it's mushrooms or a flower. Oops, let me get it in the frame. I'm sitting here looking at it and it's all... Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But I think it's supposed to be a canister, but I just don't know what that is on the front. Maybe, I don't know, flower. But it looks kind of like a mushroom. Okay, and there's a few other little things. I'm not going to worry about those. Those aren't very interesting. But yeah, I like those pets. I thought for $2 for all that was a good deal. Let me put all that away. Okay, and then the one doll I got I want to show you is this one. And I'm sure most of you recognize Miss Glitter Hair Barbie. And this is the redhead. So I thought this was supposed to be Midge, but it doesn't say Midge on it. Here's the other 3 from the set. I know this is a well-known set. I don't think I have any of this one out. I have Cut and Style, yeah. And, of course, Totally Hair and the Hollywood Hair, but I don't think I have this. So I may sell this one. I'm not sure. It's got some price tag residue at the top and, of course, right here. Actually, the tag that was on this when I bought it came off very easily, and that residue was underneath. So she looks to be in great shape. Of course, this is from 93, I believe, or 94. And then, let's see what it says, 93 box date. Yeah, I thought she was really pretty. And they're the ones, by the way, with the palm tree earrings. Now, wait a minute. I just had a doll with palm tree earrings. I'll have to look and see where that is. I think that was a blonde doll, though. Yeah, it's around here somewhere. You guys remember me talking about the palm tree earrings? So I guess this is the doll that has that. So as far as why I collect dolls, fashion dolls, let's talk a little bit more about that, or start to talk about that. years ago, and I think this is true of a lot of male collectors, we were forbidden to play with dolls, to have dolls. So, not everybody, but I would say a good 70%, 80% or more male doll collectors were not allowed to play with dolls and not allowed to have them. And I was certainly in that group. And I loved dolls from an early age. I loved my sister's dolls. I would, play with them whenever I could, when nobody was around, certainly not my mother or father, and when he was still around. And then, when I grew up a little bit more and I was 16 and I started working and got some free money, some spending money, because we were pretty poor growing up, so I didn't have money like an allowance or something. We didn't get that, believe me. I finally started buying dolls, and that was in the early 80s. But what I like about them is the fashion, the glamour, the ability to kind of customize them, change their clothes, work on their hair, do different hairstyles. As someone who loves pageants and who loves dressing, a woman who's dressed up to the nines, So that's why I'm not as into the dolls' fashions today, where they're very, very casual and unfortunately not usually very well fitting. Whereas when you get something like this, at least it fits very well. It may not be my favorite fashion. I don't call this glamour. But this one is a, very casual doll. The 80s, where I first started collecting, there were so many wonderful glamorous fashion. Plus you had Dynasty. So, the dolls were, to me, the best in the 80s, and a lot of great dolls in the 90s, too, and 2000s. So a lot of great dolls through the years, but it's just, the other thing is I love miniatures, miniature houses, miniature people, like even the Charlie's Angels and 8-inch Mego dolls are smaller, which I've got a couple to show you today of those. So there's just so much I like about collecting them. And as you can see, I've been doing it over 35 years now. Not all those years were active. I always tell people that because sometimes I just didn't have the money. I didn't have a lot of money to be spending on dolls. And sometimes my interests were really strong in other areas and I wasn't focusing on dolls as much. And one thing I always tell people is, if you're not focusing on your dolls a lot or your collection, don't get rid of them just because of that. Sometimes people go and sell their whole collection and then they regret it later. If you have some dolls you want to sell, that's fine, but don't sell the whole thing because you will end up regretting it, I think. I never did that. I always just sold the ones that, like I like this doll, but if I sell it, it's not that big of a deal. And speaking of selling dolls, guys, the last two videos I did where I had the 19 dolls from the one lady I bought here locally, I already sold. Last week I listed the 3 Mackie dolls. They're all sold. That Madame du Barbie flew out of my house so fast. You would have thought she was on the first Delta plane out of here. But she went to a guy in Connecticut who is in love with her. He already got her on Friday. He's always wanted that doll. And I'm just so glad to help, pass on. I love that doll too, but I just don't have the room to store her. So I'd rather her go and me get the money, honestly. I don't mind making money. There's nothing wrong with that. But to go to someone who really wants it. And, the Goddess of the Sun went to a guy in Florida, which I thought was appropriate, who is having some medical issues. And I hope it brings him a smile because he's having a really difficult time right now. I don't know the guy, but he told me something he was going through, and I just send him the best. And then the Goddess of the Moon, by the way, went out all the way to California, so I don't know if it's there yet. But anyway, those 3 are sold, and I already paid for the whole. I already made a little profit on the original deal, so I still have 16 other dolls. My sister's actually going to buy one of the Millennium Princess, the blonde one. But that'll leave me with 15 dolls that now I paid nothing for and I made a profit. I'm still going to be selling some more of those, so keep an eye out if you're interested. But let's get back to finish up for today. I want to show you some of the figures I collect. Oh, and real quick, before I forget, I set this here to remind myself. I got this at that Vendor City flea market yesterday, too. What's another thing I collect is Wizard of Oz collectibles. And I'm a huge Wizard of Oz person for, as long as I can remember. And this is from the 50th anniversary in 1989 of The Wizard of Oz. And so I got, I think, a pretty good deal on this. I didn't realize it also came with a thermos, so I may get the thermos. It's a plastic. It's not like the good old-fashioned metal ones of yesteryear that I love so much from Aladdin. This is from Aladdin, by the way. It tells you right down here. It's from Aladdin in 1989 and Turner Entertainment as well. And then, unfortunately, it has this mark on it. Does anyone know how to get that off? But other than that, oh, I gotta tell you, on the dress for two of the dolls that had spots on their dress, including rust on one, that was the Billions of Dreams Barbie, I believe, and then the Calla Lily Barbie. They each had, the Calla Lily only had two small spots on the back of that white dress, or whitish. The Billions of Dreams had a number of rust related spots, and somebody said, I can't remember who, but somebody said use a paste of baking soda and vinegar, and I just wanted to tell you guys that worked. It took out all those spots. So thank you, thank you, thank you. As a couple people mentioned that, but I really appreciate it. It's, because those two I'm planning on keeping, and I really wanted to get those spots out. So thank you. And then now the figures that I want to show you, I collect Mego figures, and those are from the 70s. I've got some videos on my channel about the Mego dolls, or figures, whatever you want to call them. And Mego has relaunched in the last few years after being defunct for, gosh, like since the late 70s. So all through the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. And they came back, I believe, in 2017 or 18. And the early dolls were not the best. I showed you a couple Charlie's Angels dolls I got that were just okay. But now they're doing some of the classic Megos that I have from the 70s again. And they're doing some that were never done. So for instance, this one in the DC Superheroes, you've got the Flash, and these are 8-inch figures. I really love these, and the art is really nice on the back too. Look at that. Marty Abramson, I think that's his name. Let me see. Or wait a minute. Yeah, Marty Abrams. Sorry. Is part of Mego back then, and his father started the company, so he's bringing it. He brought it back. So let me show you this out of the package, because I did open this one. The Flash was never made back then, so everybody wanted that for all these years, and now it's been made. Now these have 14 points of articulation, it says, and also, obviously the head turns, and actually the head goes all the way around, kind of like some other dolls and figures. The knees bend. This is new, so I don't want to break it, so it's a little... I don't know how they're put together inside. The ones from the 70s, now you're gonna laugh when you hear this potentially. They are put together with rubber bands inside. And so over the years, guess what happens? Especially if you do much of anything with it. I pretty much keep mine on a shelf and in a cabinet in the other room. They break eventually because they're rubber bands. These, I hope to God, are not made with rubber bands inside. So I don't know. I would like to find out. I'm sure some of our Mego professional, much more knowledgeable than I, will know. But yeah, it's just so well made and so sturdy, and he stands on his own. And look at the colors on that. I love it. I think these are great. I have a whole set of the older ones from the 70s, and then the newer ones. Also a company named Figures Toy Company, which is an excellent company, has made these kind of toys now for years, like, gosh, at least 5, 6 or more years. Mego just got back into it. And let me show you the other ones I got. So I'm a big... Here's another thing I collect, and I think I've told you guys this, is Planet of the Apes. And see, this goes back to why do I collect? Because I love Planet of the Apes, and I love The Wizard of Oz and DC Superheroes. I love a little too much, actually. But so that's why my space is an issue. But these are, again, the 8-inch Mego figures. These three that I'm showing you now just came out this year. They're brand new, and I believe this is wave 12 or 13 from Mego. And on the back, they've got photos from the movie. This is from the original, I believe, Planet of the Apes. Some of these characters, though, were in, 3, 4 movies, so that's why, I say from the first movie, but really it's a character from all the movies. And this is Dr. Zaius. That was Cornelius, if I didn't say it. So these originally were out in, like, the 70s at some point, maybe 74, I'm not sure. And now they're back, and which is really nice. So that's those three, and let me show you one I got today at Meijer at the grocery store. Those three were from Kokomo Collectibles and Toys, or Toys and Collectibles. which, like I said, huge recommendation for that store to anyone you go to Kokomo. It is so worth it. This I got at they had, I believe, this at Kokomo Collectibles, but Meyer has them for $12.99, so actually a couple dollars cheaper than the toy store. But I like to support local businesses too, and small businesses like this a lot. So I don't mind buying them. But yeah, this is the creature from the Black Lagoon. I have Frankenstein, Dracula, and Wolfman, and this will join them for my kind of monster figures. They also had Chucky from the Chucky movies and Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs, and also Phantom of the Opera. But I don't know that I'm going to get those. Maybe Chucky. But $12.99 is a good deal for it's such an articulated figure with the design and the detail. I mean, look at those feet. It's just amazing. So yeah, I love these. Because, by the way, because I couldn't play with Barbies or have Barbies, my grandmother, bless her soul, and may she rest in peace, bought me some of these that I had in the 70s. Because she knew how much I wanted them, so she got them for Christmas or something for me, my birthday, maybe some too. But yeah, these are great, and I just really love them. So the bottom line is, I think one reason we all collect is because it's something we like and we enjoy. And when I did that other video, some people said, why do I collect? Because I have money and I can buy it and I like it. Exactly. But I think there are more individual reasons for some of us and for everybody probably that I didn't have a lot of toys growing up, and when we moved from Philadelphia to here, I lost a lot of toys. So I think I made up for it though over the years. So anyway, I love toys. I have basically a toy museum in this house, and some in storage. And when I retire, and this is the final reason, when I retire, I'm going to be selling toys in retirement. I do some now, but just a little. But that's going to be my main gig when I'm in retirement is selling toys, and that'll be making me extra money. So, you guys, I know this has been a little longer than normal, but I had a lot to show you and a lot to say today. So please let me know down below in the comments why you collect, if any other specific reasons, or why you like to collect other than you have money and you like these. I mean, there may be other reasons. So please let me know. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and please share this video with anyone who might enjoy it. Thank you, and take time to enjoy the weather when it's not raining, and also have a great week. Bye-bye.